Yeah, just a quick update. Painted this bush in. It's kind of funny, I don't use this huge palette of blues. I only have cobalt blue and ultramarine blue. But these trees back here are cobalt blue, a bit of burnt sienna and white. These trees here, this bush in the foreground, is also cobalt blue and burnt sienna. Just a touch of burnt sienna though, and yellow ochre, quite a bit more yellow ochre and white. That brings, from a cold green into a much warmer green. And then we come up into here and we have ultramarine blue, yellow ochre and white. And down here we have ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, white, and a little more burnt sienna, warming it up a little bit more. And here, on this cold foreground grass, that is ultramarine blue and hints of cobalt blue here and there, mixed in with burnt sienna, and just touches of yellow ochre now and then, very small amount of white. These rocks, as promised, I think, are like this one, cobalt blue, raw umber, and white. And that's about it. I had sort of thought that what I was going to do was introduce more light on these rocks, just on the tops here and there. And then I thought, no, I think we'll keep them subdued as we come down here. Then I thought we're going to even keep them subdued here. Keep bringing that darker area up, or keeping it a little bit higher. I'm going to tone down the base of this tree and redesign this a little bit. That's not quite, I'd like to do a better job of that. But I was planning on introducing, like the light goes up here. I was planning on also bringing some light down to here, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I think it's going to weaken it. So rather than using light, I decided to use line. That's why these lines sweep up, sort of pointing towards this area, sort of, right? And as we come here, we're pointing a little more vertically, and then we go and we change the direction. So we're these are all kind of disappearing into the base of this rock. So we have a bit of sort of this effect going on. I didn't just want a whole lot of horizontal strokes. Up here is going to change a little bit too. There are a few little things here and there, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Oh, I guess it's kind of time to get into these trees. That's the next playground. I had a couple of stumps sticking up here, two small ones, and I painted them in and just thought, no, actually, the lesser, I was thinking of painting them in, and then I thought once they were painted in, maybe I'll get rid of this. But we're in danger of having a visual hole here. In fact, it's entirely possible that I bring slightly more light down into these areas, raising or changing the color a bit, or maybe just taking this purple and adding a bit more white to it, just a few strokes, just to break it up, so we don't have such a hole sitting there. So if I remove the trunk, we'd have an even bigger hole. I don't think I want that. I think that instead I just remove those. They're on the peripheral, the periphery of our main area. And I'm going to take, I'm not going to keep this trunk too dark, I don't think. I think I'll put some color in it, maybe something like this, maybe even a little bit more burnt sienna on the lighter side, less on the dark side. Yeah, back into here now. What is it today? Oh, it's Thursday. Weekend's coming up. Okay, have a good day. See you soon.